Greetings everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. I have a special guest. We are at it again, Mughal. So today we're gonna talk about things that you shouldn't say to trans girls. There are people who like us, there are people who love us, who are there behind all the way, but they don't know what to say and they don't know how to go about it because it's something new to them. Did you agree?
Yeah, I do agree.
Today guys, I'm gonna be talking a little bit more about that, and thank you to someone who actually came up with this idea. I know I've actually filmed one, but now she was like, you need to guys film things not to say to trans people, and girl, we see you. So let's get into it. There are a couple of things that I feel like people shouldn't say to me, to be honest.
Let's start with you, girl. Oh, should I introduce myself again?
No, they know you.
You know me, guys. I'm your cousin.
For people who don't know,
I'm Didi, aka White Panther. I'm your favorite cousin, guys. I mean, look at me. Look at me. So anyway, guys, guys, we also have insecurities. So like, if ever like you see me in public, because I once went to school with this other guy, so each and every time he sees me, like, he feels the need to tell people about my business, like, no, don't see her like this.
I was
like this, like
tons of time.
That's the biggest thing you shouldn't say about a trans person. Like, we don't like our identity to be
disclosed by someone.
Yeah, by somebody else. We don't like to be clogged. If ever like you want to know about me personally, you can approach me in a nice way. Like, if you approach a person in a nice way, hi girl, like, hi, this kind of a person, and I'll be like, yeah.
There's no way hiding it.
There's no. It's not like I'm hiding myself, and it's not like I'm not proud of who I am.
That's what I think people don't get to, just because maybe someone, and there are trans people who don't like their business, that kind of, you know, information to be known by people. There are trans girls who are stealth. They don't want people to know about, you know,
their identity.
Yeah.
So like, for my side, like, I also feel like even loyalty gets tested when it comes to friends, because your cousin can visit you and your cousin can fall in love with me, you know. So that's where even our friendship gets tested, loyalty gets tested, because for my friends, like, they've never said anything to their cousins. Like, that's where I know what, and this is a true friend. They've never said something like, oh no, cousin, you can't date this kind of a person. Because
even my friends, they never.
Yeah, they wait until I tell the person, oh, you know what, Booty, must hate tonight.
Must hate them, like.
You know, like, they wait for me to reveal myself, because I also need to be comfortable in the relationship. I need to be on that stage for myself to be I don't know how to put this one. I need to feel like I need to let you know.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like, relationships comes and go.
Yeah.
Friendship comes and go. Like, I can't go around, like, if you say, hello baby girl, you look gorgeous, and I'm like, oh no, I'm trans.
That's the thing. I'm like,
that's not how it works.
You see,
I might date you for 2 weeks without telling you, ne? But even though, like, you might feel like it's like, we are not the same. Somebody might feel like 3 days is enough, 2 days is enough, a day is enough. Like, for my side, like, I feel like sometimes, like, I need to study a person, what kind of a person, because some people are violent, you know. So I can't risk my life for something that is not even worth it. You know, because like, we meet people each and every day, and a different people. Imagine per day, how many guys approaches me? How many guys must I tell them?
I can't even actually tell you how many guys approached me today. Even this one. Tell them when you came here, how many people?
When I came here, I even got a free lift.
Yeah. So do you have to tell that person? No, because they just gave you a freaking free lift. They can't be like, but there are people who be like, oh my gosh, I gave you a free lift to a trans person. Those are people are dumb, okay? So I feel like now, one thing that I wouldn't like people to say to me is, oh, you look like a girl. Which girl? Your sister or your mother? like, I look like myself, but I look more feminine. That's a better way to say it, I think. Like, you can't say to a trans person, you look like a girl.
But it's still wrong. You look more feminine.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
You understand that? Yeah.
Like I'm just me. I look myself.
Yeah, you look like yourself. Yeah.
At least just say I look like Rihanna. Like, you know. Like, it's better that.
Yeah, I think it's better that. Yeah. Like, you understand. And asking, have you got your surgery done? It's up to me to actually tell you.
Yeah.
And I know people are so curious, but do you ask your mom how do they have sex with, like,
your dad or their boyfriend or their concubines?
Of course you are curious about that, but do you ask them to, Mom, how do you have sex, you and dad? Like, when you sleep, how do you? But
there's some questions like
you understand, and people are so curious anyway. But now, well, you don't feel bad if you always want to know if someone has already done the surgery or whatnot, but it should be at a level where, okay, now I'm feeling comfortable to tell you that. But if I don't feel like telling you, don't blame me. I don't want that to be known. Sorry. And that doesn't define me as well.
And for my side, I always ignore this kind of questions. Like, if you say like, oh, so have you got your boobs done? I'll be like, why do you want to know? I always ignore this kind of questions. Like, I don't remember answering this kind of a question unless I feel like you are sincere with your question.
Yeah.
I don't go around telling people my business, because even if we're dating, you're still in my business.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow you might vanish.
Yeah, but
because you know, we always date guys and they always go and buy sugar forever. You know. But anyway, guys.
But that's true, friend.
Another thing that I hate from my side is like, why I can see. I once saw this. What's her name? This other trans girl in South Africa by the name of Power Ranger, so something Power Ranger or something. And she once said there was, after telling a guy that I'm a trans, the guy was like, oh, I knew it. I saw your hands were big. I saw your toe, you have this.
Does that make a cisgender? Let's actually break this down for you guys. How many of you know cisgender people in your life, or women in your life, who has masculine toes, masculine hands? Does that make them transgender? Or maybe we have many transgender in this world, just that people don't say it.
Maybe it's
we
like
understand.
that. Yeah,
because there are women who doesn't look feminine, who said actually, like, if you're a woman you need to look feminine. Like, who
yeah,
said
that like, what you are doesn't define you. You define yourself.
And then that's it.
If you know that like, if ever you say you are a queen, then you are a queen.
That's it.
Why do you have to prove Beyonce as Queen Bee, but you can't prove me as Queen Panther? Why must I work hard for my name to be branded? Why must I work hard for me to get acceptance? Because I've seen so many transgenders, like, they get a lot of attention if you are rich, and which is not the case. And that's where people, they get shaky when it comes to what to say and what not to say.
Yeah.
You know, because if ever, like, you know, Warren, there's my Mercedes Benz, and you can see it's dropping a million. And that's where you'd be like, hey girl, that's where we have nice conversation, because of my worthiness is a threat to you. Why, if ever, like, because I've seen so many transgenders actually, like, we also do not actually, like, sometimes, like, I feel like we just say transgender, but some, they don't refer themselves as trans, they refer themselves as drag queens, because we have drag queens, gays, and trans.
Transgender, it's an umbrella identity for all of those kind of things.
Do you think so?
I know so.
I don't know, girl.
Okay, you don't agree with that? Okay.
Yeah, cause like I feel like there are some others like who are comfortable in their body, like being with facial hair, but they will still wear lipstick. And
being transgender doesn't define you as someone who's not okay with the particular thing. There are people who doesn't do like
girl, you should also this topic she must also do this thing, because she must also video this topic. I don't know when, but guys, because there was also this issue of a toilet, because there was this other guy who went, like, he was a gay guy, he went into a toilet with girls, so he was beaten by bouncers. So for my side, like, I felt like I know guys we are off the topic, but I feel like I should address this.
They understand. You know my sisters, they are so switching.
Thanks guys. So like I feel like sometimes like I don't know if I'm being harsh or what, and I'm sorry if I'm being harsh. Like we should know how to differentiate between a drag queen, transgender, and a gay guy. Because for my side, for my own point of view, I feel like if a gay guy is a boy who, like, we identify them as he, male, you know, even drag queens, they also want to be identified as he, males, because they just, when they go to work, for some they dress mainly, but when they come back home, maybe on Saturdays they might wear those makeup and they drag, they wear matiriso and you know, but on a daily basis they just behave mainly. They have no problem with their, like, unlike a transgender. With transgender, like, most of us, like, we want to feel comfortable in our body. Like, you want to wear a bra on a daily basis. You can't even wear a men underwear. You can't, like, you see it as a disgusting thing. We are insecure about so many things. Like, you want to be on your period, you want, like, which is highly impossible. Not all of us, like, we think the very same way, but I think, like, majority of us, like, we insecure with our body. We don't even want anybody to even notice a facial hair. Like, there are so many things with transgender more than drag queens and gay people.
Well, when you differentiate that with that aspect, but now it's actually just, you know, speaking in terms of like academically, and then terminology, thing, like it's described as an umbrella which describes, you know, drag queens. You know, we have histories of the LGBTI community, but where it started was as like that, but now it started to venture out to their drag queens, and then you understand. So that's what I was saying. But when you actually have a point, like,
and again, like,
difference.
I feel like we also need to give out information about a gay guy, where you should, like, for my side, before I transitioned, when I go to the toilet, my friends will escort me outside because I didn't want any conflict. You get what I'm saying? Because I didn't want any, like, I would say, girls, like, I want to pee, then we will go outside, you know. Then even though, like, by the I started transitioning it, and like, maybe I wasn't I'm not yet on hormones, guys, but I would say I started knowing myself at a very early age, maybe around cause, like, back in the days I was confused, like, what am I, but I would know myself. Like, I didn't know the name yet.
You didn't know the language.
Yeah, I would say the language. Yeah, you might say the language. So, like, when it comes to toilet, like, that's a very dangerous place, because that's where they get beaten. That's where, because there are those girls who are so annoying, who I'd be like, oh, there's a guy in our toilet. Oh, they all,
it happens all the time.
Yeah, they like drama. They're all,
you know, my friend, she's also trans, but she didn't go to transition and everything like that. So people can actually tell Uti, like, you understand? Well, people see her as actually a gay person, but now, since I have more understanding of anything, you know, there was a time when we went to Emperor's Palace, and then backstage every time when we actually go to the premises. So yeah, a person who, the woman said, "Wuti, mele asetwe, mele asetwe by a guy." Well, she didn't prefer that, you know, those kind of things.
Yeah.
You know, it's all that.
Yeah.
But let's go back to the topic because I feel like the camera is all the time.
Okay, where were we? Okay, guys, so there are a lot of things, like for some things, like you don't need anybody to tell you, Warren, these are not the things to say. When if ever deep down in your heart you feel like this is wrong for me to say to another person, not only on a transgender but even on
be more sensitive.
Yeah, be more sensitive, because like even when we come to dark skinned girls, you can be like Mansunyan, like that's not cool.
Yeah,
that's not it's not cool. Like you find a chubby person, you be like bomba, like fat fit, like those things, like you don't even know the person to even call him names. So same applies to trans people. If ever like you meet me and you feel like you want to name me, like who are you like to name me?
It gives you the right to say that in the first place.
Cause like sometimes like we behave brave in your face, but when we get home, like this shit kills us. Like you ask yourself, like that's why like people, like even at school, people commit suicide. And then after teachers, they want to be like, oh, you have to be proud of yourself. But in the meantime, the kid came to school dressed with a skirt. You were chasing her instead of putting the girl down. Talk to her. How do you feel? At least understand more about her. But no, like you chase them away. You chase them away instead of letting.
And then on their life orientation period, they tell people, "Oh, you have rights and stuff like that."
Hey, you have rights and yeah. Thank you so much. And after the person committed suicide, is then you go to the assembly address. Oh, you have to feel this is not what we were trying to do. This is not what we were. Each and every action has the consequences. One of my teachers used to say, you have a choice to make a choice, but you have the choice to choose the consequences.
Yeah, bro. On that note, guys, we're ending it there. Thanks so much for watching, and tell us what are some of the things that you don't like people to actually call you as or say to you. What are some of the things you would like to know on the comment section below? What are some of the things that you don't want people to say to you? Again,
if ever you still need a clinic, you can hit me on my social platform. At Facebook, I'm Malo Meso.
Yeah.
Yeah. She'll put that on the description below, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will tell you which clinic I'm going, because I'm also on the process of you know.
Happy for you.
Thanks, girl. So like and again, like if ever you need any information, like,
hit us up. Email me at asivefoxiana@gmail.com. I always help other girls, you know. Yeah.
Because she helped me too before I even meet her.
You see, so now I'm like that, Shem. I know I come from same, like that's how it is. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Tell them, Maddie, like please tell them on the subscribing business. I feel like I've been playing them.
Guys, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell button below, right? So that you can inform me each and every time she posts her videos. And
yes,
tell your friend to tell her friend to tell her friend to tell her friend.
Yes.